Hey guys, and welcome back to another tier list video. So just something before it starts, I'm doing a giveaway in my Discord for the railgun. I think it's called like the Cursed Treasure or something like that, but it's for 400 subscribers. I'll do another one at 500. That's gonna be bigger, so make sure to join my Discord to get notified when giveaways happen and to join them. So this is the ATTUNEMENT tier list. It will be ranked based on PvP and not PvE or anything like that. Now there's a lot more attunement mantras than like any other element in the game, so this tier list is going to be pretty damn long, but let's get into it. So first of all, we have rapid punches. Now rapid punches is okay, but the thing is that it has auto parry frames, and so it's kind of hard to catch your opponent off guard. Now, I do like using it with jumping, because when you jump and use it, it boosts you forwards and people don't really expect it. But it's not that great, but I think it deserves top of B tier for the time being. Strong Left is next, and it's honestly a classic. It's been good for forever. There's a ton of damage, pretty sure it basically insta posture breaks. And comes out pretty quick. So I'm gonna put it in S tier. Strong Leap. This is for PvP, not mobility, so it has to go into D tier. Next is Tacit Dropkick. Now Tacit Dropkick is actually pretty good. Created Dive Bomb I'd say is better, but the two kind of have a synergy together where they have different timing and it's kind of hard to tell. But it's actually really useful for combos, applies knockdown, all that stuff. It's a solid A tier. Sky Shatter Kick. Now, Sky Shatter Kick is kinda crazy. It's really hard to parry, and it does like 2 bars of damage. I'm really personally hoping that they nerf this mantra, but it is wild. It's going in top of S tier for now. Reinforce. Reinforce just got nerfed, so it doesn't heal you anymore, but it still provides I believe it's a 3% damage buff and a 3% physical resistance. And you can heal your opponents, like for say like you take 2 hits and your opponent hasn't taken any, then it's better to reinforce them for you to heal. It kind of helps if you're losing, but hinders if you're winning, if that makes sense. So it's definitely usable, but it's not really, I'd say, anything special anymore. But I'd say it's above Rapid Punches and B tier. Rally. Rally is kind of mid, not gonna lie. It's more of a support mantra than anything. I'm pretty sure I don't even think it resets your posture. I don't know enough about it, but literally nobody uses it, not even support builds. It is absolutely useless. It's going below Strong Leap. At least with Strong Leap you can like jump up and try to fake out your opponent, but you can't really do anything with Rally. Next is Brace. Now Brace I actually think is pretty underrated, but it's kind of countered by Matador. Now if you use Brace in synergy with something else, like a high damage mantra that's hard to parry, it's pretty good. Or if you use it to like cast something like Astral Winds off of somebody's M1, it's just like you hit that for free. It's pretty good, but Matador really just kind of makes it useless. But you can definitely use it. I'm gonna put it in B tier, just below Reinforce. Shoulder Bash. Now Shoulder Bash is actually really good. It comes out really quick. I wouldn't recommend using it to try to run to your opponent, because you can't parry during it, so they can just use a ranged mantra. But if you're in close range and comboing your opponent pretty badly, then throw it out and it'll almost for sure hit them. For that, top of A tier for now. Revenge. Now Revenge is kinda crazy. You see almost everybody run it, even if they're not a no attunement build. It's a great roll catcher. If you feint it, it pretty much hides the animation completely. You can make it pretty damn long. I don't know about the damage, but the combo potential of it more than compensates for the damage. I'm gonna put it below Sky Shadow Kick in S tier. Dash. No, Dash actually is not only good for mobility. If you have stuff like Heretic Sutra and Gaze that you need to like turn on, you can use Dash, get away from the fight, and then just use those. You can also like, there's some synergy with like Iceberg with it, where you could like dash away, use Iceberg, stuff like that. So I'm gonna put it in C tier, although I wouldn't recommend using it unless you have a very specific build. Adrenaline Surge. Adrenaline Surge is only good for proccing stuff like Speed Demon, but it's honestly not really needed at all. It lasts for like literally 3 seconds, and its speed boost isn't even crazy. So I'm gonna put it in bottom of C tier. I would not recommend using it. Summon Cauldron. Summon Cauldron is utility, not PvP. There's some crazy tech with it verse 1, but it doesn't exist anymore. I'm gonna put it, yeah, it's below Rally because it has no PvP, like anything really. Prediction. Now Prediction just got kinda gutted. It's still really good, don't get me wrong, but you have to be really good with it is the thing. The end leg on it makes it pretty much a free hit for your opponent if you don't get it. So it's still A tier, but you have to be good at using it. Gaze. Gaze is really good. It's countered by Blind Seer, but most people don't run Blind Seer. You can slap a Wind Gem on it, proc Speed Demon pretty much for free. And the stun on your opponent is ridiculous. I'm gonna say it's top of A tier, but depending on your build, it could definitely be lower or higher. Glare. Glare is actually pretty damn good. I like to use it with Wayward, but if you're against a good player, you can pretty much just parry it and then it doesn't really do much. But I still say it deserves like a bottom of A tier. It's very good for combos, etc. And yeah. Taunt. Taunt is actually kind of crazy. The 20% more damage and not making your opponent able to jump. It's really good. I'm pretty sure it makes your opponent do 20% more damage to you as well. But the thing about Taunt is that you can choose when you're doing more damage instead of it just being passive. And also your opponent can't jump. So it's really good. I'd honestly say you can run it on any build because you should be going 25 at least in Charisma. Anyway, so I think it's above Revenge in S tier. Exhaustion Strike. Exhaustion Strike is really good. It comes out really quick. And if you use it off of somebody's parry stun, it almost hits for sure. Feint in it is also really good because it just is really fast. And there's not much to say about it. Oh right, it also clears your posture, I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of crazy actually. But I don't think it's S tier, but it's definitely top of A tier. Sing. Sing is honestly kind of mid. You're gonna have Charm on your opponent like all the time anyway. Now Sing does apply stun if you already have Charm on your opponent and you have the 1 talent. But it's really not worth it. You're way better off just replacing it with like Taunt or Gaze. Sorry, not Gaze. Well yeah, you could do Gaze or Glare, something like that. It's really not that great. I'm gonna put it above the Adrenaline Surge in C tier though. You can use it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Disguise. Disguise is for utility, so it's going above Summon Cauldron, because like I guess you could disguise and then like get a hit off your opponent, maybe. But it's really not that great. Karita Dive Bomb. Now Karita Dive Bomb, when it first released, people thought it was really mid, but it's actually pretty good. Comes out pretty quick, and if you like flourish your opponent then use it, you're pretty much just right back into their face immediately. In fact, it's better than Tacit Dropkick in A tier. But it's definitely not like by any means the best like flourish catch mantra, if that makes sense. Really good for combos though. Ceaseless Slashes. Now Ceaseless Slashes is kind of mid. I mean like you go pretty fast and it's kind of hard to predict, but you can kind of just hold block and it doesn't really do much. I'm gonna put it above Sing though, but you're better off just getting literally any other mantra from above than going that. Kurita Leap. Kurita Leap is honestly amazing. You can flourish catch with it, roll catch with it, just use it in general. Use it with Kurita Leap. It does pretty good damage too. And yeah, I'd honestly say it's above Exhaustion Strike in A. Rapid Slashes. Rapid Slashes are kinda crazy. They're good roll catchers and also flourish catchers. They do also pretty ridiculous damage, and with light weapons it's just kinda hard to parry them in general. And Rapid Slashes, out of it, like, it's hard to parry their M1s. Also has, like, for newer players at least, hardly any visuals, so it's really hard to deal with. It's kinda hard to hit though, but I'd honestly say it's just below Taunt in S tier. Master's Flourish. Now, Master Flourish first one was like crazy. It still kinda is if you feint it and do some tech with it. It almost always hits, but its damage isn't like amazing by any means. That being said, it is definitely better than Gaze. Or no, actually, I'm gonna say it's below Gaze just to be safe, but it's definitely better than Shoulder Bash. Punishment. Sorry. Sorry about that. Now, Punishment is actually pretty good. You have to be really good with it though. The thing is that if you miss it, you're kind of just screwed. You also need to know how to use the after attack for it, but I'm gonna say it's top of B tier. If you're good with it, it can honestly almost be S tier. Prominent Straw. Now, Prominent Straw is one of the best roll catchers in the game. It's basically the Rapid Slashes of medium, but I feel like it's overshadowed by some of the other stuff on this list that I haven't gotten to yet. So for that, I'd say honestly is above Gaze. I'd rather use it. Twin Cleave. Twin Cleave is crazy. The thing about it is that people tend to vent if you hit them with a mantra and they think that they won't be able to parry the next attack. But Twin Cleave, you just bounce back and then you waste their vents and then you can hit them again. You can also feint the second strike, so you're just in their face. You can also just feint it in general, so you lunge towards them, they think, oh, there's gonna be a mantra, but no, you're just M1-ing. So, it's really good. I'm gonna say it's above Revenge in S tier. Flash Draw Strike. Flash Draw Strike is kinda crazy. What I tend to do when I see it is roll immediately, and I'm like, oh shoot, this is just gonna hit me now. Because if you roll, it's too fast for you to get another roll, unless you have like, well, I guess you could like tap dance for it basically. But it is crazy for combos, and it applies a lot of pressure. And I'd say it's probably above Kurita Leap in A tier, honestly. It's a really good mantra. Alright, Pressure Blast. Now, Pressure Blast is actually pretty good. I thought it was kind of mid for the longest time, but it heals a lot of Bloodless and actually does pretty good posture damage, just damage in general. There's not much to say about it, but I'd say it's probably top of A tier, if not a little bit higher. Now, onto the monster mantras. Brachial Spear. Now, honestly, it's kind of mid in combat, because it's too hard to hit. It is really hard to parry though, don't get me wrong. Does a good damage too. But you're better off using some of the other monster mantras and some of the other just no attunement mantras, or if you're going to attunement, just any of those. I'd say it's probably bottom of B tier. Dread Breath. Now, if you're going a crystallization build, Dread Breath is actually pretty good, but I'm ranking this off no attunement, and it kinda is mid. You can just parry all of it, and it doesn't really do much. I'm saying bottom of C tier. Probably above Adrenaline Surge though. Onslaught. Oh wait, this isn't a monster mantra, but anyway. Onslaught is really good. It's pretty much a counter attack. It does a ton of damage, and what I like to do is when you go up to the air, if you just hold S, people tend to vent, and then you just kind of counter their vent. So you can use like a Revenge or something, just get back into it, free hit. I'd say it's honestly above strong left in S tier, although it might not be because it's pretty stationary and easy to parry. Coral Spear. Now, Coral Spear got a lot of use when it first dropped, but it's honestly pretty easy to parry. Most people know how to fight Sharkos anyway, and it's kind of just basically the Sharko attack. I'd say it's definitely above Brace though in B tier. It heals quite a bit of Bloodlust and it's pretty good as a roll catcher. But yeah. Mecha Gatlin. Now Mecha Gatlin's only really good with Lava Serpent, and even so, it's not very good. Honestly, it just confirms a hit for your opponent. I'd say it's top of D tier. Unless you have like an insane build for it, it is pretty damn bad. Next is Whirlwind Blade. Sorry about that. And Whirlwind Blade is actually pretty good, but I think it's a bit overrated. It's pretty easy to parry, and I don't even think it does that much damage. Now, if you can get your opponent to a combo fit, it's pretty good, but I'd say it's below Reinforced in B tier. Abyssal Ridge. Now, I don't know if people underrate this or if it's just too hard to get for people, but Abyssal Ridge is extremely good. It does a ton of damage, it applies a lot of pressure, and it knocks your opponent upwards, so you can combo into something like Rapid Slashes, for example. It is super good. I'd say it's A tier, probably below Exhaustion Strike. Next is Enforceable, and Enforceable is not that good unless you're like a gank build or something. You're better off with other mantras, like just a roll catcher or something like that. I'd say it's probably above Dash though in C tier. Next is Beast Burrow, and Beast Burrow is pretty good. Sorry about that. And it does quite a bit of damage. It's hard to hit. With Gaze, it stuns your opponent, and it's pretty hard to react to. Also, it gives you iframes, all that stuff, so you can use like Heretic Sutra in it. I'd say it's bottom of A tier. So anyway, that's the end of the list. I hope you guys liked, and please subscribe so we can get to the giveaway. And I'll see you guys later.